They had to kill Malcolm X, yo. They had to kill Malcolm X, yo. The more and more I listen to this man, the more and more I read this man's book, and the more and more I just make my own connections and realization of everything. And it's because I'm realizing it even with myself and people around me and everyone that I come in contact with, everyone that I'm dealing with, family included. It's like my energy is just too much, man. And I've noticed that same trait in Malcolm, man. And they had to kill him. They had to kill him. He knew too much. He saw through the bullshit. He kept it too direct with people, man. And what I'm realizing is, like, when you keep it direct with people, yo, it's like people can't handle that shit, man. People cannot handle directness and bluntness and certain type of energy and honesty. Just simple, straight up honesty. People can't handle it. And because of it, you will be ostracized. You will be outcast. You will be ridiculed. You will be condemned. You will be talked about. You will be hated on. All this. Because most people out here just cannot get with that type of energy. Okay? Everyone who's great is great for a reason. I don't know if you ever pay attention to the people the people that are great out there. I'll name a few. Michael Jordan, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, James Brown. It's like if you go and actually like look at these people's background and their lifestyles and just like their mentality and their mindset, that's exactly why, number one, they are who they are, and they went to where they went to. They went straight to the top, and they stayed at the top. That's why they are who they are, number one. Number two, that type of energy and that type of vibe separates you from most people. And I'm noticing that even within my own self, my own life. From peers, people in my past, fallouts I've had with friends in the past, people that have relationships, it's like that type of energy and that type of mentality is going to separate you from the rest, and for a good reason. People aren't going to want to be around you because they know they can't uphold that level of accountability. People can't uphold that level of intensity. People can't uphold that level of anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like there literally is two different types of people in this world, man, and it's that cliche. It's that simple. There's literally people that got that energy, that burning desire, man, that burning fire that separates them and gets them to where they are in life. And this is why there's so many haters in the world. This is exactly why there's so many haters in the world, because people can't understand, like, damn, how does he have that much drive? How does he have that much energy? How does he have that much tenacity? How does he have that much just commitment and dedication? It's like people can't understand that shit because it's something that they literally never been accustomed to or exposed to or taught. But it's like at the same time, a lot of the great ones never had it exposed to them or taught to them either. They just simply made a choice and a decision to be better and to do better and to make better decisions. It's literally that simple. And it's like, and if you don't do it, then be prepared to take the back seat. Be prepared to not make it to where you want to make it to where you fantasize of making it to. Be prepared to just be to take whatever life hands you, because that's where you decided to how far you decided to go. Be prepared to start hating on everyone around you and being envious of everyone around you because you didn't make the decision to keep the same drive, energy, and vibe that they may have had. Okay? It's so crazy, man. And it's like people hate accountability, yo. People hate accountability. It's like you cannot talk to anyone about accountability anymore, about anything, because it's like it's either going to turn into an argument, it's either going to turn into a debate, a conflict, because people literally can't handle the truth, man. People seriously can't take the truth. And it's like the more and more the further I go in this life and the more and more I come in contact with people and the more and more I deal with people, it's like I'm seeing it more and more than ever, man. It's like people seriously just cannot accept the things that they need to change. It's so crazy how comfortable people become in their habits, their ways, their addictions, their lifestyles, and wonder why they don't have anything, why they don't go anywhere, why they don't do anything, why they don't, they have such, just crappy situations and crappy. It's like, it's It's really a disease, man. It's really a psychological disease that so many people out here have, especially brothers and sisters. You know, it's like so many brothers out here are so worried about what the next man is doing, or what the next man got, or who the next man is sleeping with, who the next man, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's so crazy. And it's so crazy to me because it's like, that's a way that I've literally never been. I've literally never been worried about what the next man is doing. I've never hated on the next man. I never was had my eyes on what the next man is doing. It's like, I just never will understand most people's logic and most people's mindsets out here, man. And it's like, you can throw God on it. It's like, you can throw all this on, and the devil and all this, but it's like, yo, spiritual warfare it is, and indeed, no doubt. But it's like, for even the ones that call themselves spiritual and call themselves godly and all this, it's like, even they be the main ones that's just like the worst. It's so crazy to me, man. It's like, you know, people that be like, oh, everything happens for a reason, and everything's gonna be like, it's like, no, that's why you're in the position in life you're in right now, because you think everything happens for a reason. It's like, you know, it's like, no, you gotta make things happen. You gotta go out there and do things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta freaking assert yourself, commit yourself. Like, you make things happen. You make things change. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I just can't stand people that sit back and let life happen to them, and then be wondering why, and crying about this and complaining about this and complaining about that. It's just like, man, it's such a deadly cycle, and it's such a deadly recipe, man. And this is exactly why so many people, especially in the black communities across America, across the world, stay in the positions that they stay in, and stay in the situations that they stay in, the circumstances. It's like, it's so cliche. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And that's why I bring up Malcolm X, because it's like, Malcolm X was, he was like literally pointing these things out and calling these things out, and exposing these things. And it's like, people could not handle that shit, man. People can, if you go back and listen to all of Malcolm X's interviews that he had, it's like, you can literally, just the way people responded to him, you can just hear the guilty conscience in their voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever do that? Like, you ever talk to someone or have a conversation with someone, and it's like, you know, it's like, you can see straight through them, you know, they full of it. And it's like, just the responses they give you, you can just tell that it's like, yo, it's like, you're not even ready to face the truth. You're not even ready to, you know, hear the truth and face what's real. You're not even ready for it, man. And so many people go their whole lives not ready. And it's like, this is exactly why so much crazy shit is going on in the world, man. It's like, this is exactly why so much chaos is happening, so much crazy. Because it's like, accountability is at an all-time low, bro. Yo, it's like, people do not want to hear about themselves. People do not want to hear the truth, man. It's like, people think that their way of life is the way to go and what's working for them. And reality and actuality is not. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, man. And it seems like people with logical perspectives and views on most things, it's like we're the ones that has to deal with the people that's like, I mean, I guess it's like, we are Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so crazy, man. It really is so crazy. It's like, you would never think that people out here are in the conditions that they are in. You would never believe it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you would never believe the condition that people are in, mentally, psychologically, and it's like a direct reflection to their life. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, once you're around someone and you get to know someone, family included, all right, family is not excluded from this. It's like, once you're around that person, and the wiser you become, and the older you get, and the more knowledgeable you become about everything, it's like, you see, man. It's like, you get to see just how someone is thinking, and where someone is really at. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it'll blow your mind, man. It's like, it will really blow your mind just how messed up most people are. And it's like, you would never know it, you know, from the outside looking in, and just from like what the naked eye can see. It's like, you would never think that someone is that off, or that just damaged, or traumatized, or just completely just lost, man. You know, Oh man, it's so wicked, man. It's so wicked, and this is exactly why things are the way it is, man. And this is exactly why people like Malcolm X was killed, and this is exactly why people like James Brown, Bernie Mac, all these people that just randomly died, man. Chadwick Boseman. Go watch Chadwick Boseman's movies, not just Black Panther. Go watch all of his movies that he made back in the day. It's like you can tell. Even watch the movie that he made playing James Brown. It's like you can just tell that his energy was on a whole nother magnitude, yo. You can just tell his energy and his vibe and his drive was just on a whole nother level that most people just never reach and never see in their lives. And this is exactly why people like that are getting taken out and getting killed. Even with Kevin Samuels, yo. Like, come on, man. It's like you telling me Kevin Samuels is just gonna randomly end up dead? No, man. Someone took that brother out, man. And it's because of what he spoke about, his energy, his intellect, the subjects that he spoke on. No one was trying to hear that shit because no one has no accountability, man. It's like if you don't have no accountability for nothing, of course you don't want to hear that shit. Of course you don't want to hear the truth. Of course you ain't trying to hear what someone has to say that's going to better you. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so crazy, man. It's so crazy. And it's like people are trying to make it seem like you the crazy one, man, or you're wild and you're over the top and you're just like, you know, and you're mean and you're angry all the time. It's like that's what people will try and say about you and try and like perceive you as and put that image on you because they literally can't handle the truth and they literally can't handle your energy because it's just too much. This is why so many toxic relationships happen. This is why so many children are born out of wedlock. This is why so many children are in the system. This is why so many people are in jail. It's like, this is why there's so many abusive relationships and just crazy toxic because bums get with bums, you know? And when I say bum, I'm not just talking financially. I'm talking mindset and psychological. This is exactly why fucked up people end up with fucked up people and then have fucked up kids and then the kids are in fucked up situations. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you that raw. Fucked up. It's like the shit is crazy, man. It really is so crazy. It's like, and this is exactly why like trash attracts trash. You know what I'm saying? This is why trash gets with trash and has trash in trash situations. It's like that's all you see is trash. You know? Oh man, I just had to let this out this morning, man, because it's like I feel like this shit has just been on my mind for like so long, man. And it's like it's like people treat you a certain way because of your energy and because they can't control you. It's like people treat you a certain way because of how you look or who you look like. People treat you a certain way because they see that you have a future ahead of you that no one is going to be able to stop you. That's why people treat you and act like that towards you, because they know nothing is going to stop you and nothing is going to stand in your way, and you're not going to allow nothing and no one to stand in your way. That's why people act and talk to you and treat you certain ways, man. Man, I wish I knew this like 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I knew all this 10 years ago, man. I'm telling you, there's so many people that I would have cut off 10 years ago, man. There's so many people I would have stopped associating with, family included, yo. There's so many people I would have just left alone and just not dealt with, man. But it's like, you live and you learn, and it's never too late. It's never too late, you know? And it's never too late to keep learning, man. But man, it's like this shit is getting so obvious and so cliche and just so, you know, it's like it's really getting that real, man, and that blunt and blatant. It's crazy. It's so crazy, man. It's so crazy, man. People talk about you like a dog, family included. People talk about you like a dog, and then smiling in your face. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like you ain't do nothing to most people that, you know, you ain't do nothing to nobody, no. You don't, you know what I'm saying? You don't. God knows you don't have one ill intention or ill will for nobody, man. And I feel like that's exactly why people talk to you and treat you a certain way, because they know damn well that you have a pure heart, and they know that you have pure intentions for them or for whoever and everything, and they know damn well that it's like they can't match that. You know, it's like they can't reciprocate that. They can't be on that level, and they know that. So because of that, they treat you and talk to you a certain way, talk about you a certain way, and resent you. Oh man, I just feel so bad for people like myself in a world like this, because it's like it's like, it's almost like there's no place for people like us in this world. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no place for us. It's like, and it's almost like that's why God put people like us here. It's really that, like, almost why God put people like us that here, because it's like, if it wasn't for people like us, people out here would be so fucking lost, even more so. It's like there would be even more destruction and chaos and unstructured ways of living. You know what I'm saying? And just brainless, clueless people. Man, it's so crazy, man. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. And this is why people with this type of energy get resented and get outcast and you know, repelled against, because it's like, you just can't handle. People just can't handle it, man. People literally just cannot handle it, man. And when people know that you know, and they know that you're going to speak on it and you're going to tell it and you're going to talk it, it's like that right there, man. It's like you playing with your life, low-key. You low-key playing with your life, man. You're really low-key playing with your life, because it's like people do not want to hear the truth, man, and people do not want to do what it takes to come to the truth and to receive the truth. It's like people don't want to hear, they don't want to do that shit, and it's like, and you be wondering why your life is the way it is. You know, it's like, are you that off? It's like, are people that off, man? Oh man, and the worst part about all of this is everyone has kids, man. That's the worst part about all of this, is people are out here having kids by the freaking millions, man, and bringing these kids in the world into these fucked up situations because of their fucked up parents. I don't even want to call them parents. It's like donors and carriers, man. It's like most people out here ain't parents, man. Most people out here are just straight up donors and carriers, and that's it. And that's it, man. Because people out here are just like, are nuts. Yo, people out here are really nuts, man. And that's all people are doing, just trying to get a nut. That's literally all people are doing, women included. And anything, the women are worse. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is like the culture of the thoughts and the Jezebel spirit. That's the culture now. And these dumbass, weak-ass, lustful-ass dudes out here, simp-ass dudes out here, are just falling victim and falling right in the trap. And boom, bang, boom goes the dynamite. Before you know it, there's a child. Yo, this is KJX, man. I hope y'all have a good, safe weekend, man. I'm out.